Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. Today on Battle Nights, I didn't get a chance to cover it yesterday with the Valentine's event dropping. So let's just check out the new events and see if they're worth doing. Also, I'm probably going to end up doing them anyway, so we might make this into check out the events and then stick around if you want to see me actually roll for them. So of course we have the bounty store. One more day to go to spend your currency. Look, if you can't get any of the exclusive main or offhand weapons, generally speaking, you will aim to get the perfect tires. And honestly, purple hero fragments aren't a terrible investment either. Just in terms of, well, you're not really going to get anything for senior highs, let's be honest. Most people don't really need energy orbs anymore. And the same goes with Howdom material and the forging part. So really the only things you would get is the general poker tickets, the purple fragments, and of course the purple higher currency. I would prioritize getting this first though. Moving on, we have the arcade event. Interesting. Let's see who's done what. 827. I'll beat that. I say that, but I might not. But basically, the best possible outcome is the fact that now Samuel is on the wheel. Two Samuel copies guaranteed. We are rolling for that at some point in the video. And of course, it goes all the way up to 800 now, 800 points that is. Before, I think it was capped at 6, but now it's 8. Lots of juicy gems, plus we get some SS crates, which is, it's nice. Refining coin. Yeah, I guess at that stage, anything is better than nothing, right? 800 points. We should be able to finish that out for sure. In terms of value packages, you get 4 a day for free coins, so that's nice. Premium package, you get 6 a day plus a Royal Poker Chip. Uh, of course, they've got these value packages as well. In terms of like bang for your buck, not really worth it. Now, we have Dawn Commission, which I always think, man, they kind of confuse it a little bit. But what you really need to do is is basically only farm blue and above Dawn quests, and you will accumulate points for every one that you complete. And of course, if you manage to have saved up some of your film reels, I would be spending them absolutely to get to the 200,000 mark, so you can snag those Samuel copies. It's like 4 blue Samuel copies, which is, for me anyway. Sorry, I digressed slightly there. Let's have a look to see what we're at with the blue ones. Where have I got my blue ones at? Never ending purple food. Then we've got, oh, yeah, we do. All right. So, not bad. Not bad. That's at least one and 2/3 of one purple and 2/3 of another purple. So we definitely will be spending our film strips for those ones. And of course, you're getting perfect high currency the higher you go. I've never completed a Dawn Commission event. I've never had enough film strips saved up to do it. So my goal has always just been to get to 200,000. The hero copies, I've never really been ambitious enough to get past that. That might change though, but the reality is I just want to get the Samuel copies. Again, you get 20 a day, you get the film strips, and 40 additional for the premium. These little weekly cards are probably the best value in the game. Or, well, depending on which ones you buy, they're the best value in the game. Personally, I just stick to those ones. In terms of this, it's very similar to the arcade event. Honestly, not that much value there in terms of, well, I might take that back. That's interesting that you actually get 12,000, 12k Dawn badges. Um, for a lot of people that are using the Dawn store to get Raphael copies and the Miro copies, and probably Sohm when they drop that in there, that's yeah, 12K is a bit of a chunk. That's like a fifth of a hero. I would go with a fifth of a hero. That's not bad. And we do have the gear exchange, which is always exciting. Make sure you're swapping out your old gear. Uh, just getting just you're basically swapping old gear for new gear. Especially on newer accounts, make sure you are definitely doing that. Even if you, I guess, even if you just go and make as many of the cogs as you possibly can, like make as many of the blueprints just to see if you can get some B's and A's. If you don't have much orange gear, that is the best way to do it. Right now, you can actually boost your hero quite high. I will be doing that again on my free-to-play account, trying to get as many of those blueprints as possible. Because the orange blueprints are limited to your player level, I think. I believe it's your player level that it's limited to. So after a certain point, you will stop getting purple suits and you'll start getting orange suits. But anyway, I digressed. Don't think I'll be ever making a Bayman, so we don't really have to talk about that. Now, in terms of strategy, most players tend to hoard their currency for events like this. Um, it's not bad. It's not a bad strategy. Obviously, if you save up for a couple of the events, you can have a better chance of doing a full completion. We've got 503 of the tokens. We do have 34 of the royal casinos. So if we look at the point system, you get 1 point for normal and 3 points for royal. And of course, if you have a look at the actual arcade, you actually do get uh, a 10 draw for 8 of them, so you don't need to use 10. Excuse me. So that's not too bad. That's not bad in terms of where you can potentially make some time up. Now, in terms of stop clicking the same thing. In terms of the Dawn Cinema, like I said before, you only really want to be rolling for blue and purple and above. Like there's blue and purples. That's about it. The fact that you can skip is phenomenal. If you do want to boost your currency, you can play around with this. I mean, it's really your choice. You can either reduce the amount of these that you get, Dawn badges, or you can increase them by percentage. It doesn't affect the gems, though. It only affects the Dawn badges. So if you have, you can beat the battle in 10 rounds, yep. Um, you increase their dodge chance, their recovery efficiency. You're getting an additional 37, as you can see, plus 37. We can just skip it. We will win, and we get the 37. So, in terms of strategy, it's entirely up to you if you want to take the time to, increase the percentages. The reality is they're not. It's not like 50% increase or anything like that. I think the best you can get is like 15 or 10 maybe. Depends probably on the purple ones. The purple ones probably have different percentage based on them, but it really doesn't make too much of a difference in terms of like the outcome. You're probably going to win 90% of them. Very rarely will you come across ones that you can't win. And if that's the case, then maybe consider either A, re-rolling if it's blue, or if it's purple, you probably should just maybe do a couple of the minus ones over here, the decreasing, to see if you can push through and succeed. I think I've got a marshal equipped. Reduce that. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, you can get some additional currency just by doing that. But in terms of like the fact you can skip now is just the best thing ever. I don't think I've got two tamers, but we'll just throw that in there. Yeah, I didn't think we had two tamers for that one. Yeah, I feel like that's the best quality of life thing that I've seen to date with this game. Um, I don't have two nature. There we go. So yeah, I will be using all of my strips in this event. These film strips up there, little purple things or pink things, I should say. I'll be trying to maximize out as much currency, and of course, the second side to all of this is uh, realistically, you're gonna get some free dawn badges. Uh, in terms of where you rank, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Let's be honest. Between the lowest 1 to 10,000 rank, you get 1650, and the best rank you get what 10,000, 15,000. Really doesn't make any difference. You're not going to compete against whales. Just accept your fate. It's just not going to happen. In terms of like what buffs you pick, it increases depending on how many dawn currencies you've unlocked during the event. So the task event, it unlocks as you acquire more dawn currency, so you can get more buffs and yada yada yada. I generally go with crit, and once I've maxed out my crit, which is not that hard with Samuel, I then go towards more of when your units attack, there's a chance to do burn damage. And where's the other one? Generally speaking, I don't think there's an attack buff. Yeah, there is. Increase all units attack by 20%. I just go full DPS. Not really too much of a problem in terms of that. If I don't feel like this boss does debuffs, but the first one is like this little one up here. It's just it removes debuffs and recovers HP. So if you find it seems a little bit squishy, you just you just use that. Unfortunately, you can't skip ahead of here, so I'm just going to bore you all for the next minute, however long it takes me to die. If you're curious, you can kill these ones. I've killed a couple of them in the past. So they just respawn with full health bar, and they have the remaining buffs. Like the buffs don't disappear, they just respawn. Full health and let you kick their ass again. In terms of like damage, I would say um, it's annoying. It's annoying at best because as you see, this guy's buff, he gets this evasion thing on him, which is a little bit rigged. Which makes it mean that my characters can't hit the fucker. So I might try and boost accuracy. I don't know if accuracy can outweigh the dodge ability. I guess if I was really invested, I would stick the icicles on there so that the enemy can't dodge. Um, if you know what I'm talking about, the Haldrums, the icicle ones, we can have a look at it later. They really need to implement a skip button here. Not gonna lie. Don't you die, Paul. Don't you fucking die. Uh, I'm gonna be so pumped when I get that Raphael copy out of the bloody flower shop. That shit is gonna be great. That's gonna be a legendary Raphael. I did confirm that the Valentine shot does get to a full screen by around stage 4. We do have a lovely viewer that put that information in the comment section on the YouTube videos, which is pretty fucked. It then becomes just a nightmare of RNG. Is of course it is possible to finish it, but the reality is, are you going to do it for free? The answer, I'm going to go with no. No, you're probably not. You're probably not going to be able to do this stupid thing for free unless you get some exceptional RNG. If this thing is completely covered, yeah, and you need like 2 to 3 shovels, I'm pretty sure they've figured out the math behind it. We'll see. We will see how lucky we get. Anyway, we can go in here, collect some of those rewards, as easy as that. As you can see, the 250 badges you get equates to 250 points, so badges convert to points. if you're curious about that. So you eventually need, what is that, 20,000 points? 20,000 points, 20k, yeah. 20k for Samuel is not a hard task. You can get on general every day without doing any of the additional buffs. You can get 1250 just from rerolls, minimum. So you should be minimum rerolling for the blues. And of course, if you want to and you've got the resources, you can high reroll for the purples. Um, that's not a bad strategy because at the end of the day, Samuel is 1,000% worth investing the strips and the arcade currency for. Now, I won't do the arcade currency on this event purely because it's just going to take like 20 minutes to do that anyway. But I will catch you in the next one, so stay tuned.